Fuzzy Beachmaster at Gmail is requesting access.
Oh, is Beachmaster referring to the alpha male elephant seal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who has sex with all the female elephant
Yes.
seal?
Yes.
I really appreciate that name.
So, Bull, I just gave Fuzzy Beachmaster access.
When Hunter and I had the Nat Geo only TV, there was a lot of Beachmaster clapping cheeks going on.
That was so sweet. I definitely want to get back to a spot in my life where I can have a Nat Geo TV again.
Yeah, we didn't know what we had when we had it.
Maybe put like some draped plants around it.
I'm ready when you're ready. Do I have to start with a story, though? Because it's going to take me a couple minutes to think of something.
No, Bull, I mean, we started already. Like, we are currently in episode 15 of Bro Football Focus. Welcome, everybody. To episode 15. You didn't think we'd make it this far.
I didn't.
We didn't. I don't know. But we're here. Deal with it.
And we ain't going nowhere now.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
Banned like TikTok.
Oof. Yeah, that's a rough one.
I might have to look into that presidential executive order and make sure that it doesn't say TikTok and Bro Football Focus.
Yeah. It might say Bro Football Focus.
That would suck if the Uncle Donnie put the kibosh on us. But I'm Hunter. Austin's here. Jake's here. And Jake, are you wearing a ring?
Oh, yeah. I'm wearing a ring and a bracelet now.
Oh.
Just trying it out. I got this ring over on when we were on that trip. I was
Is it a mood ring?
No, it's a rare earth magnet. I like the color. So, yeah.
Obviously, do you, as someone at Spencer's Gifts told me when I was trying out a bucket hat once, it only matters what you think.
I didn't like it at first, but now I like it because it gives me something to, like, fuck around with.
Yeah, cool.
Put it on I just, like, fuck around with it.
It threw me off, I'll say that. But our special guest, your favorite, everyone's favorite, it's Bull.
How's it going, guys?
Bull, show your hand close up.
Oh yeah.
My.
Oh.
Kind of sweet. Echo, stop.
Yeah, it looked.
It looks like an arrow, kind of. Like you could be a Chiefs fan.
You should get some kind of tattoo around that thing.
Honestly, I might have to recut it to make it look cool.
Yeah, cover it up with some flowers or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, or are you doing a peep break?
No, it was a Doge inside break.
No.
It was just a Doge on the loose.
But
I get
Relax.
now that all the pleasantries are out of the way,
Are they, though?
are you guys ready to start everybody's second favorite segment, the Hot 32? In Arizona, down in the desert, there's an interesting camp battle brewing, possibly between Isaiah Simmons and Devondre Campbell.
Wow.
Ooh.
In Atlanta, the Falcons signed former Bengals cornerback Darqueze Dennard.
Ooh. In Baltimore, analyst says that signing Antonio Brown would be a slam dunk for the Ravens.
In Buffalo, right guard John Feliciano is out indefinitely due to having surgery on his chest from a torn pec earlier this year.
Wow. In Carolina, the Panthers cut the second best kicker in Madden 19, Graham Gano.
In Chicago, Bears QB Mitchell Trubisky says that all the haters calling him trash has lit a fire under him and that he's going to try the best that he can this year.
Wow.
In Cincinnati, Joe Burrow pulls all-time money management move by saying he won't spend any of the Bengals' contract money. He plans to live off of marketing deals.
So what's he doing with that money?
I don't know. It just
Maybe putting it in a Roth IRA.
But he's
could
not
be.
going to spend it.
I read he was just going to put it in his bank account. He didn't say anything about investing it. That's
That's
what
super-
Gronk did.
That's super smart.
In Cleveland, punter Jamie Gillian tested positive for COVID about a month ago and then tested negative on Tuesday, but he did test that he had the antibodies, so he's donating antibodies. But the Browns put him on reserve/COVID list due to new COVID guidelines.
Jerry Jones' son, Stephen Jones, also in that big management conglomerate of the Cowboys. When asked about the Cowboys wide receiver group this week, he said, "I don't think we've seen anything like it."
Wow. In Denver, Von Miller recently posted a video of him doing curls on Instagram, to which a bunch of gym bros started criticizing his form. Miller then responded to them saying, "LOL, hey, thanks for the advice, but I think I got it."
Down in the Motor City, Detroit, Free Press says that the Lions may be making a change at the long snapper position.
That might be the change they need to get deep in the playoffs.
I think
What I say, dude, Detroit Super Bowl this year.
it's guaranteed Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's what was holding back. But in Green Bay, Packers supposedly offer Damon Big Snacks Harrison a, quote, competitive contract.
Wow.
He could have been a real threat in the Big Nasty if he was on a team.
Yeah. But down in Houston, Forbes ranks the Texans as the 9th most valuable NFL team.
In Indianapolis, Frank Reich hinted that he plans to heavily involve newly acquired speedster tight end Trey Burton into his offensive scheme.
Down in Jacksonville, former coach Tom Coughlin is recovering from fractured ribs, a slightly punctured lung, and stitches in his head that he received in a bicycle accident in Jacksonville earlier this week.
A bicycle accident.
I want to know what Tom Coughlin's still doing in Jacksonville.
And on a bicycle.
City. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton will be showing the, quote, Road to Super Bowl film, a story about how the Chiefs got to the Super Bowl in their little inside theater. But they will have COVID restrictions.
Have you ever watched that, Jake?
I think I might have. We went a long time ago to Canton.
Pretty cool. The theater rotates. It's like super unnecessary, but it's
I
interesting.
remember that.
Yeah, we were in that theater. They weren't showing the Super Bowl run, but we were in that theater.
Yeah. Well, in Los Angeles, the Chargers, they landed 2 players on ESPN's list of players to break out in 2020. Drew Tranquil and Justin Jackson.
And the Rams. In 2018, Aaron Donald signed the biggest defensive contract of all time, but that deal is looking like a bargain now with some of the other contracts coming out with Mack, Bosa, and Garrett.
For the Raiders, is it Allegiant?
Allegiant.
Allegiant.
Literally told you at the beginning.
I know. Because I saw it, I forgot it. Allegiant Stadium is finally done, and the Raiders also revealed the inside of their new headquarters and practice facilities. And then there's a link.
In Miami, Malcolm Perry tested positive for COVID but recovered and is now donating antibodies to help others recover. Dolphins say that other players have recovered as well, but didn't mention any other names.
In Minnesota, Anthony Barr has the virus.
That's a venereal disease.
Big news out of New England. Bunch of players opting out. Marcus Cannon, Pat Chung, Donta Hightower, Brandon Bolden, Danny Vitale, and Najee Torin have all opted out due to COVID-19. Is Bill Belichick masterminding all of this?
I think he started COVID. This was a long play on Bill Belichick's part.
Might be.
New Orleans. Saints sign Eagles linebacker Nigel Bradley to a 1-year deal.
We're a pro Nigel cast.
New York Giants. Supposedly, MetLife Stadium gives the Giants a, quote, training camp edge because of also, quote, eye contact. And the report was saying that it's so big that all the players can fit in it, which allows the coach to have eye contact with everybody, which is supposedly, like, gives you an edge? I don't know.
Aren't all
Guaranteed
football
Super
fields
Bowl.
about 100 yards?
So guaranteed Super Bowl because of the eye contact.
Sounds like a lot of bro science. I don't know where that.
All right, cool. Same stadium, different team. The old New York Jets. Jets fans everywhere reeling this week after the team traded away their best player by a long shot, safety Jamal Adams.
Yeah. Weren't we talking about him on the cast last week, and then he got traded right after we were done?
Yeah, we had Casey on.
Day, like
Yeah.
later on Saturday, they're like trade.
I was in the car with Casey. We were on the way back from the gym, and I was like, Casey, the Jets traded Jamal Adams. It was sad.
So we have the last known reactions of us before that happened.
Yeah.
Wait, where did he get traded to?
Seattle Bull.
Oh.
But
interesting.
Philadelphia, Eagles running backs coach Deuce Staley says he's excited about Miles Sanders shouldering the full load this season.
Funny story about Deuce Staley. He was a titty runner.
You leave Deuce alone, Bull. It's a
He
good
was
coach.
Down in Yensburg, the Steelers signed free agent safety Curtis Riley. He started only 3 games for the Raiders last season, but was an every down starter for the Giants in 2018.
In San Francisco, NFL.com says that they think the 49ers have 2 of the top 3 position battles. Number 2 being at wide receiver between Brandon Ayuk, Jalen Hurd, Dante Pettis, Trent Taylor, and Richie James, and the number 3 spot being at running back between Raheem Mostert, Tevin Coleman, and Jerick McKinnon.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Spicy depth.
In the Pacific Northwest, the Seattle Seahawks are already selling Prez shirts after acquiring Jet safety Jamal Adams for 2 first-round picks and a third.
The Tampa Bay Gronkaneers added Shady McCoy to their explosive offense.
He's old.
Yeah, it's like half of a retirement home, half of Godwin and Mike Evans.
In Tennessee, Derrick Henry ranks number 10 in the NFL Top 100. Maybe a little disrespectful. Maybe.
Wow.
We'll get there.
In Washington, football team releases new merch with possible hints at and hidden clues as to what their name will be. Some say the merch is leaning towards the Washington Red Wings.
Yeah, I definitely see that from these pictures.
We'll get into it.
But, Bull, being the honorable guest, what do you want to talk about first that's not a Steeler story?
That's not a Steeler. Well, okay, so Deuce Staley was a titty running back. But I do want to talk about the Derrick Henry being ranked number 10 in the NFL Top 100. I definitely think he should be ranked top 5 because without Derrick Henry, Tennessee would not have made the playoffs.
Sure, but that's a
Sweat, though.
situational thing. We're talking about best players overall, and you want to put Derrick Henry at number 5.
Yes, top 5.
So what's
Okay.
your top 4 then?
I think you're wrong.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes at 1, Lamar Jackson at number 2, Russell Westbrook at number 3.
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, number
Like the
4, number 4, Saquon Barkley, and number 5 is Derrick Henry.
Saquon at number 4.
Saquon at number 4.
All right.
Best players in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't think like Aaron Donald is more valuable than Saquon Barkley?
No.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Bull, this is why I love having you on.
Hey,
Listen,
Derrick Henry's pretty good.
I can't.
Yeah, I
tell
mean,
you
it's
the
good.
amount-
I agree with the 10 spot, or like give or take 3.
Hunter, you're just hating because he runs train on the Jags twice a year.
That's true.
He definitely does. But no, that's not. I mean, we'll get into the ratings later, but
Yeah.
10 for any running back, I think, is a little crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Let's see.
Yeah, 1, I don't think Derrick Henry's the best running back in the NFL. I think he's
Neither
rated
do I.
that way. 2, I don't think he should be 10. And 3, I think there's at least 4 running backs in the NFL I'd rather have on my team than Derrick Henry.
Who?
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 Saquon, Dalvin
Saquon.
Cook, Alvin Kamara, and
Christian McCaffrey?
Oh.
yeah, Christian McCaffrey.
Wow.
Christian McCaffrey, you can make an argument for. Saquon, I think, is better than Derrick Henry. Dalvin Cook got hurt every
I feel
season
like
except for this
Derrick
last one.
Henry's kind of different though, because he has like a weird physical impact on the game. Like people after like he gets about 20 touches, people just don't want to tackle him anymore. And it's like it's just completely different than every other running back.
I get that, but I would rather have those guys.
He picks up Earl Thomas, turns him around into a lead blocker, and throws him into other people.
His hair looks like a poop.
Oh, do you not like him because of his hair?
I didn't say that. I just added it to the conversation.
I mean,
Hunter,
it seems
if
like
you were
you're
able to grow
doing a
his
big,
hair, you would.
What?
If you were able to grow his hair, you would.
No, I wouldn't. I would not have a hair poop.
Okay.
Why
One
not?
time I was watching a video about Derrick Henry talking about like his workouts and stuff, but it was really just like a Tempur-Pedic mattress commercial because apparently he's like sponsored by them. He's like, yeah, I work out real hard and then I get 12 hours of sleep a night on my Tempur-Pedic.
Hell yeah.
The rest of the video is just all him talking about his mattress.
See, now,
That's
don't you think that he would have like a sleep number, like something real
It
fancy?
might be his sleep number. It was a mattress of some kind.
What do you think Derrick Henry's sleep number is?
Oh, I don't know.
70?
Probably. You think 70? I'm thinking a little
Yeah.
softer. He's a pretty hard guy.
Yeah, mine's 3.
3.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're on literal water vapor. That's so soft.
No, I don't know what my sleep number is. But Austin, which one of these stories is talking to you, big guy?
Yeah, what's going on with Tom Coughlin here? Is he just so old that he wanted to hang around in Florida? And why is he riding around a bike? And
Can you
just
pick a different one?
He's probably trying to stay active, dude.
Yeah, I'll talk about the Patriots. We don't have this on the definite segments, do we?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about let's fill Bull in on Jamal Adams then.
Yeah.
So wait, are we talking about the Jets story or the Seahawks story?
I'd say we can kind of just combine them both, I guess, here.
Whoa, in an unprecedented Hot 32 move, combining 2 stories.
Yeah, we could do this with like Jadeveon Clowney some past weeks, but this week I'm just gonna, Bull. The Jets traded Jamal Adams to the Seahawks for, was it like 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick?
A first next year, a first the year after that, and a third next year, I think.
Yeah, they went all in on him.
Honestly, I feel pretty good for Jamal Adams. Seattle's going to be a nice spot for him.
Yeah, he's got some Cam Chancellor vibes to him.
Mm-hmm. Just much more athletic than Cam Chancellor.
Much
The
more
sheriff.
athletic.
I think
Yeah.
there's only a few instances where getting released from the Jets is a worse situation.
Go to the Browns.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a few instances, but
Yeah.
I think really if you get traded off the Jets, like you're probably doing good.
Let me ask you, what do you think, since we're talking about Jamal Adams finally getting out of the Jets organization, who do you think are the top 5 worst organizations to be drafted to?
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure the Jets are a bottom-tier organization for sure.
Now, Bull, are we talking recent years or just all time?
I
Like,
was
if you were going to get
right.
drafted like this year, where's the 5 places you would not want to go?
Well, I definitely don't want to go to Detroit.
Yeah.
Why not? You're going to win a Super Bowl, dude.
I definitely don't want to go to a Washington football team.
That's true.
Browns, Jets, Sun.
Yeah, I don't want to go to the Jets.
I would say the Dolphins because they're like bad, but they're getting a lot of pieces.
Yeah,
It's
I think they're
Miami,
like
though,
number
dude.
6 spot, number 7. I don't think they're bottom 5.
You definitely toss Jacksonville in there. They're a perennial bad team.
I'm going to go ahead and throw Cincinnati in there, too. I don't even think they have a practice facility.
Yeah.
No. Cincinnati's titty, dude.
Maybe,
Yes, That's my list.
I think the Giants are an outlier because I think they still have enough like history to them, I guess,
Yeah.
where you're like, oh, it's a prestigious organization.
And
Lawrence
if you become
Taylor.
a star there, you get a lot of media attention. Like
Yeah.
Odell Beckham.
But on paper and success, I don't think you're going to be doing much.
Yeah, I don't want to go there.
I mean, Saquon's doing a lot.
Yeah, but
He's doing what he can.
there's no I in team. But Jake, what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about these subliminal messages in the Washington merchandise.
Yeah, so I'm looking at these pictures. Do
So-
you see the revelation of the Red Wings?
Oh yeah. As you can clearly see on the right one, there's like a white text with this burgundy drop shadow. Clearly that signifies a plane lifting off the runway.
Ah,
And
Yeah, it's kind of a stretch there, I think.
the left one, how that A has a swoop on it, it's clearly a jet.
Yeah, I can see that being very aerodynamic, but the Red Wings didn't drive jets around or fly jets around.
Hey, I'm just reiterating what the experts say.
Yeah.
are experts like Reddit sweaties?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably.
where'd you find this at, Jake? Huh? Where are you diving around for this stuff?
Unreliablenews.com.
Oh,
No, that's interesting. Are the Red Wings that group of like black dudes
Yeah, I think they were plane.
flyers?
yeah,
plane-
they were an all African American unit of pilots.
You
In
know,
a war of some sort?
I think
They're
the
all-
movie
World War
about
II.
with the one dude from Star Wars. I think.
John Boyega?
I think so.
Is it called Red Wings?
I'm pretty sure.
Or is it just called Red Wing?
I don't know.
I don't know. Check out next episode where we watch and review Red Wings.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think it'd be weird to go from like one racially charged name to another racially involved name?
Well, okay, so there's already a Red Wings professional team.
Oh yeah.
That movie was the Red Tails.
Ah.
You mean Dragon Tales?
Oh yeah, no, Red Tails is the pilot group. What are the Red Wings?
And that featured Cuba Gooding Jr., Neo, Michael B.
Neo.
Jordan,
Is Nelly in this movie too? Cool.
and Nelly's in this movie.
Chris Brown?
Ludacris?
Method Man is in it.
Wow. Method Man's a good actor.
DMX?
Method Man was really good in Keanu.
You want to talk about the Steelers?
No, I want to talk about Houston. Forbes ranking the Texans as the 9th most valuable NFL team. So I think that is purely location based. I don't think that has anything to do with the team itself. I just think that has to do with the fact that they're in Texas.
Well, yeah. What do
What's
you
on the Forbes thing?
huh?
Austin, give us the inside scoop about Texas. What's so hot about it?
I mean, it's just a large state that really enjoys football, so you get a lot of fans in there.
Yeah.
I think, when I went to visit the Texans, when I went to that Bills playoff game, it was a really sick stadium and probably one of the cleanest game day experiences that I've been to. I
Wow.
could definitely see some
You've
value.
never been to TIAA Bank Field, Ben.
I have not. But just the way they have their hotels set up, that there's no traffic because it's outside of Houston, so it's not like crazy city traffic, and then the hotels are all connected to the parking lot, so you can get like fucked up at your hotel and like swim in the pool and just go straight into the parking lot to the game.
Nice.
So it's like super fast and easy to get into. But yeah, I could definitely see some value there. It is probably just a little bit of Texas inflation.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could have like what's another city in Texas, Austin?
Dallas Cowboys are the number one.
I know,
Yeah.
but what's another city?
Austin. San Antonio.
I think you could have like the San Antonio Sand Dogs, and they'd be like the 11th most valuable franchise just because it's in Texas.
Why not have the San Antonio? Oh, what was it? They played in the one bum league for a year.
Spurs?
No. That's a basketball team. The San Antonio Rough Riders, I believe. It was in that the AAA.
You talking about the Houston Roughnecks?
Oh, was it the no?
I'm so mad I didn't buy that Roughnecks merch before the shit collapsed, dude. I was about to buy some stuff.
You could probably still buy stuff.
Yeah. I checked like a month ago. They're all out of my size.
You could have
Pete-
the Austin Snyders.
Yeah.
Their mascot could be Snyder and Associates.
Just Snyder's pretzels.
There you
on
go.
the helmet.
But so that's the Hot 32. We have some stuff down here that was kind of up there. Austin, do you want to talk about these notable opt-outs?
Sure. So it says here we got Eddie Goldman from the Bears, big hoss, very good defensive tackle. Star Lutulele from the Bills, super overpaid hoss. You got Damian Williams on the Chiefs, Nate Solder, left tackle for the Giants. Bunches of Funchess, Devin Funchess on the Packers. Aaron Rodgers was really looking forward to him. Guess not anymore. Big Michael Pierce on the Vikings. Marcus Cannon, Pat Chung, Donta Hightower on the Patriots. A lot of big names opting out here.
Yeah. So for all of y'all who don't know, players who opt out, they don't want to play the season because they think it's too dangerous. They get $150,000, and it comes out of next year's salary. But if they are high risk, like if their BMI is over a certain thing, or if they have like certain ailments, they get more than that. I don't know how much more, but they get more. But the interesting thing about all these opt-outs is obviously these are some pretty big guys on these teams, like Eddie Goldman and Damian Williams, who had a crazy good Super Bowl. But as we discussed in the Hot 32, there's like 6 Patriots that won't be playing, and they're all like relatively important to the team.
Yeah. I mean, Donta Hightower is probably their most important defensive player.
You don't think Stephon Gilmore is?
I think like they've had Hightower for way longer than Gilmore, and he's just like they like to blitz and like run nickel and stuff a lot, and the reason they can is because Hightower is like right there in the middle and just destroys the run.
I mean, that's the thing that sucks is like there's like good players on their defense. Like if it was like spread out a little bit, it wouldn't be as bad. But it's like safety, linebacker, like taken away from your second. It's like fuck, like that's.
I mean, they'll be all right in the secondary because they signed.
I mean, they saw Stephon Gilmore too.
Who's that Adrian safety from the Cardinals they signed who used to be a Pro Bowler? Adrian Wilson?
I don't know.
So they signed.
But they also drafted a safety relatively early, didn't they?
Yeah, they drafted that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
Chargers
one kid from D2.
But yeah. So Jake, being a Patriots fan, you're wearing the jersey. Do you think, or I'm sorry, the jersey? Do you think this is these players are opting out because they don't want to play? Do you think this is Bill Belichick tanking for Trevor Lawrence, or do you think this is Bill Belichick garnering some cap space to sign the lucrative big fish Jadeveon Clowney?
See, Bill Belichick had something going on in his mind, it's not tanking. It's not tanking. I could stand by that.
Yeah, I don't think that either. I don't think Bill
Especially
Belichick
because like
has,
their division is not good.
yeah.
So that could be something into it with cap space. But I think from the player's side, it's like, because in my mind, CTE in their minds is more dangerous than COVID. So like, here's a chance that we can sit out, still get paid, just extend the off season. Because I mean, like they've been kind of chilling, doing nothing.
They're not really getting paid though. They're going from like several millions to 150,000.
But you're still getting paid.
And it's $150,000 of your salary next year.
Yeah. So my question, I don't know if you guys know the answer to this, but like, say I have 3 years left on my contract. If I opt out this year, next year, do I still have 3 years or do I have 2 years?
You still have 3 years.
Do you know that for sure, or are you just making that up?
100% fact. I will bet whatever I have in my pocket.
Where did you hear
Pull
that?
it out right now. Empty out your
NFL
pockets. Bro.
some lint.
Okay. If you say so, Bull, I guess we'll trust you. It's Bull
Yeah.
certified true, which could be super false.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but I mean, it is interesting to see because, like, a lot of players, don't get me wrong, a lot of players are getting it, but a lot of, like, most of them, if not all of them, are recovering just fine. Like,
Well, I don't think any players are like super worried about COVID in themselves. I think it's like their families and their children and whatnot.
yeah, but, like,
Yeah.
you're telling me it's that hard to not see your children for 2 weeks?
I know Marquise Goodwin. I think him and his wife had like 3 miscarriages, and they finally had a baby like just the past month or two.
Yeah.
And he's like, he definitely doesn't want to take any
Yeah.
chances.
If it's an infant baby, that makes sense. But if it's just, like, a kid, the kid's
And
pretty resilient to it.
rumor has it Marquise Goodwin might be training for the Olympics.
What's he gonna do?
Probably run somehow.
Yeah, he was I believe he ran in the Olympics in college or something.
Yeah, but could you imagine that? Year off from football, comes back next summer for Tokyo?
That would be pretty spicy. That might be a good move by him, honestly, because he's just going to the Eagles anyway.
Mm-hmm. All right. So,
It's like-
yeah, opt-outs
Like,
are
or
interesting.
coffee or some random thing.
Also, huge opt-out news. Al Woods from the Jags. So,
Oh,
Who?
shit.
Al
Al
Woods, Big
Woods,
Al.
They might-
32-year-old D tackle, is really going to open up a spot for Taven Bryan to shine this year. Yeah. But moving on from the opt-outs, the NFL Top 100 list came out this week, and it had some interesting stuff on there. I popped some down that I thought were interesting. I think the most interesting is the 1 and 4 spot,
Yeah.
because Lamar Jackson is at 1, Patrick Mahomes is at 4. We all know that Patrick Mahomes single-handedly orchestrated a Super Bowl victory and a Super Bowl MVP for himself. Crazy good, whatever. But Lamar Jackson was the MVP, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they give Lamar the number 1. Mahomes gets the number 4. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, I can see it because it's a player voted list. And when you play a hot dogger, like you really like, I just remember playing like some kids that if they like that one time we played, what was that city school in the prison bowl when we, when Central had that one kid who was just hot dogging us. Like that kid felt like the best player that we've ever played against.
Or even
But
like
he-
when we scrimmage prep and like Damian Terry would just like sauce up.
Yeah, like, but so like there's definitely better players than him, but when you get juked out and see him just juking people run around, you just put in as a player, their value is higher in your mind than if you got Patty Mahomes just saucing you up. It doesn't feel that impactful as Lamar just run, especially a mobile quarterback. Like when you can't sack them and they just take off, you feel pretty hopeless.
Yeah.
I'm sure impactful when Patrick Mahomes dicks on you, but like Lamar Jackson does it in your face. Patrick Mahomes does it from a distance.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it just doesn't feel as crazy. And when Patrick Mahomes is thrown to like Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and other people, so they kind of take away some of the shine. Lamar's doing all that dogging with his feet.
Yeah.
And I think a big thing about comparing those two and like their running style, like Patrick Mahomes, he's obviously a hot dogger, but it always seems like he's moving. If he gets hit, he kind of rolls off of it. Like he's always moving. But Lamar has such a go stop, and he's like whoop, and just freezes, and people are like and just break.
Yeah.
They can't like their brain just like seizes.
Lamar has some snap to his dog.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's a natural casing for sure.
I've definitely never seen anybody move like he moves. Like he's just so fast and then has such a weird ability to stop and control his body, like with the spin. Like even he went viral when we were in high school.
Yeah, I didn't know that was him.
Yeah, like he just was running towards the end zone. Some guy was trying to cut him off and hit the pylon. He just stopped on a dime.
Just walked in, like you go.
Like just walked in. It's impossible to decelerate that fast. It's just crazy.
So,
yeah, what do you think?
the reason why the Steelers split with the Ravens this past season is because the first game they played against the Ravens, the reason why they went into overtime with the Ravens the first game of the last season, because the Ravens were trying to just have Lamar Jackson throw the ball 40 times that game, and he cannot throw the ball very well. And he was trying all at the beginning of the season last year. I'm an actual quarterback, guys. I'm a quarterback. I can throw the ball. Well,
He is, and he doesn't talk like that.
It was sarcasm for him being a titty quarterback and then having the number one.
He's the MVP.
He is. He's a very good mobile quarterback.
His throwing stats are pretty darn good, Bull.
Look at the beginning of last year.
That was last year. He had a whole offseason to work on his game and came back and won MVP.
That's what the top 100 list goes off of last season. This past season, that just happened.
That's the season I'm talking about, where he was a good throwing quarterback.
No, he was not.
You know,
you're dumb.
I will not go as far as Bull is going, but I'll say, like, he had good stats last year, but a lot of the plays were just like real gimmicky. Like, a lot of it was play action, just tight ends wide open and stuff down the field. Like, easy throws Mahomes could easily make. Like,
completions.
Watch the Dolphins game where he had like all those touchdowns. Some of like Hollywood Brown was wide open. Like on.
I did say that.
Either way, though.
I'm talking about the first half of the last season.
Not the entire season.
Not the entire season. The first half of the last season, he threw like shit because he would throw 40 times a game and just get run the fuck over.
Bull, in 2019, he had a passer rating of 113.3. That has nothing to do with running.
Did you break it down from first half of the season to second half?
No, but that doesn't matter.
That's what Bull is talking about.
What's up? Huff, you trying to get in on this or what, dude?
I think he is.
Listen,
You gonna be hyping from the background?
I'm not condoning anything Bull is talking about, whether I agree with him or not. He's just talking specifically about the first half of last season. He's not talking about the overall season. Whether he's right or wrong, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you are throwing the blanket statement of saying he is a, quote, titty quarterback.
Yeah.
So you're saying from the second half on, he is the MVP?
Because they started having him run the ball more.
But Bull, his passer rating is 113. That's really good.
Do you guys not remember the entire argument right before last year's preseason? Everyone was saying Lamar Jackson's not going to be able to throw the ball 40, 50 times down the field and make it successful. And he was adamant that he could do that. The first half of the season, he tried to do that, and they were losing games. They didn't start going on an amazing win streak until he started running the ball more, which then opened up the pass more.
You also have to understand
the
that
backload.
If you do, we'll give you your point. He did really bad in passing the first half. In order to get your passer rating to that, that means you have to do extra good in the second half to pull the weight back.
Yes, I agree.
So,
but it was because of a coaching change, not the coach's change.
Well,
so you're saying he started running more, which made his passing better.
Bull,
Yeah.
I think you're just wrong. I think you saw one Steelers game and that made you think this.
You're just upset.
Because week 1, 324 yards. Week 2,
against the Dolphins.
okay, week 2, 272, 2 touchdowns. Week 3
Against the Cardinals.
against the Chiefs, 267. Against the Browns, 247, 3 touchdowns. Against the Steelers, 161, 1 touchdown. So yeah, he had one bad game in the first 5.
Well, you're just biased Steelers fan, man. You watch one game.
Out of those first 4 games, the first 2 games were against the Cardinals, who have a titty defense, and the Dolphins, who were tanking on purpose.
Well, everyone was titty last year, Bull.
The second 2 games, he lost.
Huh?
The second 2 games, week 3 and week 4, they lost.
Against the Chiefs, who won the Super Bowl.
It's a team sport, big fella. The Browns put up
And the
40
Browns,
points.
they lost to the Browns.
Well, that's because Nick
Odell
Chubb,
Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, Nick Chubb. Nobody knew Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb went off and had like 5 runners or something.
Nobody knew Nick Chubb.
Bull, you're just wrong about this one. Sorry, buddy.
I just think you guys are being ridiculous. That's
You
all.
are a biased Steelers fan. You saw one game and you're.
All right, Bull. Where would you rank Lamar Jackson then? Didn't you earlier say you put him at number like 2 or 3?
No, he said
No, I
Patrick
Russell
Mahomes is 1, Russell Westbrook is 3,
No, not Russell Westbrook. He's a point guard for the.
That's what you said.
I said Russell Wilson.
No,
No, you didn't.
Patrick Mahomes at 1, Lamar Jackson at number 2, Russell Westbrook at number 3. Did I say Russell Westbrook? I meant Russell
Yes,
Wilson.
and we all made fun of you.
Oh, God.
Oh God. Yeah.
Here we go.
You're fucking stupid.
Yeah. So now that we got that out of the way, some more ratings that are a little interesting. Nick Bosa, first year in the league, places at 17, while his brother Joey places at 34.
Does that mean that Nick is going to get a ginormous contract in a few years here?
I mean, Joey just did, so possibly.
I think that's purely on weight. Nick
What?
Bosa has a lot more weight to throw around than Joey Bosa.
Does he?
No,
Yeah.
they're within
He's not-
like 2 pounds of each other.
No, I thought they were like 20 pounds off. Maybe I'm
Let's
losing my.
see. Yeah, let's see Bull's smartness here.
I think Joey's like an inch taller and maybe 2 pounds heavier. Hunter's pulling up the stats.
Nick Bosa is 6'4", 267.
Okay. Joey's like 240. I could be wrong about
Joey
this.
Bosa is 276.
Joey's heavier?
10 pounds heavier.
Yeah. So, Bull, you are a certified idiot.
I'm a dummy.
Yeah, Bull. Get out of here.
So keep in mind, our valued viewers take everything that Bull says with a small, maybe even a half grain of salt.
Just a little
Wow.
half grain.
Wow.
All right. So you got that going on. What do you guys think about arthritis-ridden Todd Gurley being at the 51 spot?
Yeah, that's pretty insane, dude. Like, people are still going off of his name value,
Yeah.
kind of.
Because if you're looking at stats, I think Leonard Fournette placed 110. He was on the
Yeah.
honorable mentions list. I want to compare their stats real quick.
Austin,
Yeah.
if Todd Gurley is in the 3rd round of the fantasy football draft and he's there, do you take him
No, he's on my do not take list
at all?
at all.
Wow.
Doesn't he play for?
So
the
last year, Todd Gurley had 857 yards, 12 touchdowns.
And how
Last
many-
year?
Yeah.
I don't even remember him having that much.
And 207 receiving yards.
I mean, he's not bad.
Do you know how many games he played?
Todd Gurley?
100 players is a lot.
Yeah, 15.
Oh.
Yeah, Todd Gurley's just bad.
Well, he has arthritis.
That's
Um,
fine.
Yeah, when you
Leonard-
type in Todd Gurley, the frequently asked questions, number 1 was, is Todd Gurley injured? And number 2 is, does Todd Gurley have arthritis?
Leonard Fournette also played 15 games. He had 1,152 yards and only 3 touchdowns. So I get that knock.
Oh. You
But-
don't get points for sweating, Hunter. You
No,
don't get points for sweating.
but he did have 522 receiving yards. So
Yeah, but Todd Gurley scored 4 times. You could have 4 Leonard Fournettes, and it doesn't equal the point outage of Todd Gurley.
3.
How many touchdowns did Leonard have?
3.
3.
Yeah, Todd Gurley had 12.
Todd Gurley had 9.
Oh, I thought you said 12.
Gurley had 12.
Todd Gurley had 12?
Yeah.
I think Todd-
No.
My analyst is saying he had 12.
He also had 2 receiving touchdowns as well.
Well, we're not counting those. We're talking about rushing, big fella.
Talking about rushing, it's 12.
Why are we not counting receiving in it? Because then Christian McCaffrey's stats would drop heavily.
All right, so it's probably fair where he's ranked if he's got 12 tutters. I didn't know he had that many, unless they were just giving him garbage time tutters.
Do you think the Rams are going to make it back for the playoffs anytime soon? I don't think so.
No, I think they're
They used up all their sauce.
yeah they missed their window there.
Man, that sucks. For them.
So what do you thinking here?
I would take Todd Gurley in the 3rd round.
You take him?
Yeah.
What do you think about Logan Ryan here at 60
I don't like it. That's why I put it in there.
I would take Logan Ryan in the third round.
as an IDP?
Mm-hmm.
You would take him over. You think he's better than Darius Slay and Marlon Humphrey? Because that's what
What's
the
that?
top 100 is.
Darius Slay and who? Marlon
Marlon
Humphries?
Humphrey.
Where's Jalen Ramsey at? Is he not on there?
I would be really surprised if he
He's
wasn't.
like 30-something.
That makes sense.
He is 37.
Who's the top defense player in the top 100? Is it Aaron Donald? That makes sense.
Where's Khalil?
Khalil Mack. He should be the second, I would assume.
He's number 8.
Jalen Ramsey is 6'1", 194.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I don't know what number Khalil Mack is.
That's almost my stats. If I
Still,
just-
Mac missed the list this year.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, but I think Logan Ryan should be in the top 100. I don't know if he should be that high.
Yeah, sure. He can be in there, whatever, but I definitely don't think that especially Marlon Humphrey and Darius Slay are worse than him.
Yeah, I disagree with that too. But Logan Ryan did end Tom Brady's career as a Patriot with that final pick 6.
Nice.
That was super sick.
There's a cool story about Logan Ryan that he played at Rutgers with Devin McCourty, and Devin McCourty got drafted a couple years before.
What's so funny?
Devin McCourty told Logan Ryan like the exact workouts that Bill Belichick does in like his private sessions. So Logan Ryan like trained super hard and killed the workout. That's why Bill Belichick drafted him.
The last thing I'd like to talk about on the NFL Top 100 list is I'm just glad that Allen Robinson made it. He's playing with Mitch Trubisky, and he's number 93. He's really, really good. I want to see Allen Robinson with a good quarterback.
I'm kind of surprised he's actually that low.
I mean, he's lower than Cooper Kupp, but
Well, Cooper
higher
Kupp
than
had like an insane year.
he's higher than Darren Waller.
Cooper Kupp is super nice.
Listen, I'm just glad that Allen Robinson is on the list.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
AR-15's good.
But, Jake, do you want to break down the Antonio Brown suspension? You know what's up with that?
I don't.
Okay, cool. So basically, Antonio Brown was like, hey guys, I'm retired. And then 2 days later, he was like, hey, actually, I'm ready to be on an NFL football team. And then like 2 days after that, the NFL was like, hey, Antonio, we're going to suspend you for 8 games for all that sexual assault stuff. So,
That's the part I was missing in that story.
yeah. So for 8 games next season, Antonio Brown will not be available. There is still like stuff being talked about. He might be suspended longer. They don't know yet. But potentially, week 9, we could see some AB action.
What if Bill Belichick re-signs Antonio Brown and then Antonio Brown opts out?
Ooh. What would be the point of that at all?
Because then he gets $150,000 and he doesn't even play next year, and Belichick gets a little kickback from that.
Would he get a kickback?
I don't know. I'm sure
Or
they'd
maybe-
work something out.
Maybe players opting out. Maybe that cap space is for Antonio Brown to give him a real contract.
Yeah.
I feel like if Antonio Brown played 1 game, he would make a lot more than $150,000. But so that's the AB news. Watch out for week 9. Speaking about AB, we got some BB news. Some pictures have been leaking on the internet of Slim Big Ben Roethlisberger.
What's he doing? Is he on the keto diet, or what's he on?
I don't
He's
know,
actually working out for the first time in his life.
but
Oh, he's working out.
as soon as he shaved that beard, he's looking like a slim Jamarcus Russell.
Do you know why he shaved the beard?
Because he could throw the football?
Yes. He said he wouldn't shave his beard until he could throw an NFL pass to his NFL wide receivers. And he started hitting the grindstone super hard, started getting yoked, and now that he can throw NFL passes, his beard is shaved. And he's coming out with a new swagger. That's why I think Steelers are going to make Super Bowl this year.
Well, we'll see how that all goes when he's in a walking boot by week 3. But
Says the man who
Yeah,
hasn't won
he's pretty
a
slow.
how long?
oh, what was that, Paul?
So it says the man who hasn't won a division title in how long?
Well, I haven't ever won a division title because I'm not an NFL football player. So
What? Yeah, I know. Well,
let's get into this week's whoopsie. We already kind of talked about it, but good old Tom Coughlin, like I said before, I don't know why he's still in Jacksonville. He kind of had a dishonorable discharge, if you will. But he's still hanging out down there. And I think it was on Wednesday, I got the Bleacher Report notification that Tom Coughlin's in the hospital because he crashed his bike.
Oh, man.
Not like a sick Ben Roethlisberger crashed his motorcycle downtown Pittsburgh, restructured face scenario. He was just on a bicycle. Probably just fell off because he's old.
I assume since he's older, it was one of those like cruiser bicycles where you're kind of just sitting back like this. Like he's not doing fucking like BMX shit.
I don't think it was a cruiser. I think it was a scraper bike.
So you're telling me what? So it was in Jacksonville, though?
I mean, unless you made that up.
Oh no, I didn't see that. So
that's what it said in the Hot 32.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's recovering. He had stitches in his head, slightly punctured lung, and fractured ribs. So I don't know if maybe he hit a crack. This was just after, quote, a bicycle accident.
After practice, he's not technically employed by the NFL.
He had to have landed on his side, punctured lung, broken ribs, and then bounced his head off the ground. So, and I mean, older people are a little more frail.
Yeah, they're like bananas that have been sitting around too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he recovers.
So Tom Coughlin said, this is the quote of him.
I was cruising on my scraper bike.
That's not how it starts. No. But he said he came out of nowhere and clips the front of my bike.
Oh, no.
So he just got clipped. He got blindsided.
By a car?
Or bicycle.
No, by another guy on a bike, yeah.
Oh, man. What if it was an angry Jags fan who's tired of Tom Coughlin's bullshit, dude?
Well, he's already...
Every day you ride that bike by my house. And I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then one of those, hits the tire, and then he's like, whoa, flips over, head, rib, lung.
Yeah.
At least he didn't die.
True. But speaking of not dying, I know Austin's excited about this week's Where Are They Now?
Yeah. I mean, in a lot of ways, the story of this guy's life is kind of like how this podcast is going today. And
wait,
what?
Bull or Jake, do you know who that is?
He looks very tanned Vin Diesel.
Yeah, some people have called him a mixture of Vin Diesel and Aaron Hernandez. But that guy is Kellen Winslow Jr.
Oh.
So K-Dubs J was the son of former San Diego Chargers and Pro Football Hall of Fame member Kellen Winslow Sr.
Oh.
And so he joined the U of Miami, and played for the 2001 championship roster, backing up Jeremy Shockey. He was one of the 4 Hurricanes freshmen to play that game, including Antrell Roll, Frank Gore, and Sean Taylor. Some other dudes on the team were Jonathan Vilma, Ed Reed, Andre Johnson, and Clinton Portis. That was a pretty stacked team.
Oh.
But later on in his college career, he crackback blocked these 2 Tennessee players and fucked them up real bad. The one guy was injured, and he stood over him. And after the game, they're like, hey, did you know that guy was injured when you stood over him? And he said, this is war. They trying to kill me. I'm going to try to kill them. He's like, I'm a soldier. And he took a lot of heat for saying that. So that kind of that's like his first big moment in the spotlight. But despite all that, the Browns still drafted him with the 6th overall pick, which was the highest that a tight end had been taken in 30 years. So, his rookie season with the Browns, he flew off his motorcycle, kind of like Tom Coughlin, but on a motorcycle. And, his rookie year, he broke his fibula. And then the next year, he flew off a motorcycle, fucked up the same leg. So, first 2 years, he was injured. And then he went on to be a decent tight end for the Browns, Bucks, Seahawks, Patriots, and Jets. And he even signed the biggest contract for a tight end in NFL history with the Buccaneers, 6-year, $36 million.
Damn.
So he signed with the Jets in 2013 and was looking like an absolute beast. But then he was suspended for steroids.
Mm.
And
Guys, I'm sorry. I have to bust in real quick.
yeah,
There's some news.
yeah.
Marquise Lee has opted out of the season.
Really?
Another Patriot down.
They've got to be tanking. There's no way they're not.
They'll be
Yes.
all right.
He has
So-
a newborn? That makes
Sorry,
sense.
I apologize.
So he gets caught.
While Kellen Winslow is suspended, he's kind of out of the league for a little bit, and he gets caught jerking off to a woman walking by in a Target parking lot in 2014, and the police arrest him, and they only charged him with having synthetic marijuana on him.
Well, was he
He
in a
had spice
private property?
and he was cranking down in a Target parking lot.
Yeah,
That's pretty sick. That's
and
pretty
they
sick.
found 2 open Vaseline jars in there too. So,
Two
That's what
open.
happened to Dog the Bounty Hunter's brother.
I
yeah.
mean, honestly, if I have a little bit of K2, a little bit of Vaseline, and a Target nearby, it is hard to help yourself, you know?
Yeah, think about it. You're a millionaire. You just got caught doing steroids. You're out of the league.
See some yoga pants walking out of Target.
Yeah.
I do have some of the synthetic marijuana.
So, shortly after that, he attempted an NFL comeback, but was kind of unsuccessful. But then on June 7th, 2018, he was arrested while fleeing a mobile home park in California, and he was charged with felony first-degree burglary and held on $50,000 bond. And then he was charged with kidnapping and rape.
Good
So,
lord!
yeah,
Really?
it gets pretty crazy from here.
This is the same.
It gets crazy from here.
Yeah. So, he's all right. So a judge ordered him to stand trial for the kidnapping and rape of 2 women with similar stories of sexual assault. And he was placed on house arrest. And then in that same year, 5 more women came out and said, yeah, like he did the same thing to me. One was a hitchhiker. One was a 58-year-old homeless lady. And it's just pretty messed up. Like their ages were from age 56 to 87 or 54 to 87. So he's just going crazy on these like elderly ladies, dude.
Why has nobody unearthed this? Why is this not like popular media news?
So another thing, when he when he retired, he became like a Lance Armstrong cyclist guy, like always posting videos of him cycling. Apparently one day he just cycled up to some lady's house and like whipped his dick out. And like she had a story of that. So he ends up, and then he broke into a 71-year-old lady's house, but a neighbor saw him do it and they like caught him and confronted him and like told him to get out of there. So eventually he goes to court and like all these people kind of bring up these charges, and he gets charged with rape, lewd act in public, indecent exposure. And then 8 of the other charges were kind of like a hang jury, so they couldn't really get him on that. But then he pled guilty to the rape of an unconscious teen and sexual battery on the 54-year-old hitchhiker as part of a plea deal to cut his sentence down to 18 years instead of life in prison.
How do you go from life to 18 by admitting that you did in fact rape the unconscious teenager and the hitchhiker?
Yeah, well, it's not even 18 is the maximum. It's 12 to 18, and with lifetime parole. when he gets out.
Jeez.
His defense attorney's like main argument was that he had CTE, and like the trial that he was going to present this CTE stuff on was supposed to happen like a couple months ago, but coronavirus kind of delayed everything. So
Well,
I
I mean,
think he's just in the big house right now.
obviously that's like super fucked up.
Yeah.
CTE probably has something to do with it. Like if you're doing like something mentally is up with him.
Yeah.
If it's just
I
like
don't know.
old ladies and whipping your dick out in public, like there's some synapses that should not be connected. That
Yeah.
What's the difference between jerking off in a Target parking lot and jerking off on chat roulette?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
there's that.
also-
I mean, if it was just the Target parking lot scenario, it's like, okay, maybe he was just feeling a weird way and they shouldn't have done that. But if it's like a serial thing and it's like,
Yeah. Apparently he was always pretty perverted. Like a bunch of his teammates came out and said whenever they got roomed with him, like for away games and stuff, like they would try to get out of it because he would just like watch porn and jerk off in the room with everyone else. And then in the background of that I'm a Soldier interview in college, there's just like a bottle of Vaseline just sitting there. It's like, this dude is like so creepy.
Wow.
But yeah, like,
I
I just
think-
wanted to shed some light. I feel like it kind of got brushed under the rug when Kellen Winslow went down.
I was going to say, I've never heard about any of this, so I think this is
No.
definitely the best Where Are They Now so far.
Mhm.
yeah, that's
Why is the NFL Network not talking about this dude raping old ladies
Yeah.
homeless.
Old homeless ladies and
and
hitchhikers.
hitchhikers? Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's the trends. One, whipping your dick out in public.
Yeah.
Two, being pretty much elderly, and also something about like low income. Like he's trailer parks, homeless people, hitchhikers. Like something.
Yeah.
Something is up in your brain.
And it's really weird because his dad was like a Hall of Famer, so you imagine he had a good upbringing, or I don't know, but it's
Well,
kind of crazy.
I think we can officially add Kellen Winslow Jr. to the BFF scumbag list.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, any going theories on why he's fucked, or is it just that he's fucked and he probably has CTE?
I mean, it could be CTE. It could be some sort of sexual abuse as a child that fucked his brain up. It could be some sort. Who knows? Who knows?
I'm going to tell you right now, Bull.
It could
I'm
be
not a
people
medical.
fucking with his brain.
I'm not a medical professional in any sense of the word, but CTE by itself doesn't make you jerk off in Target parking lots and rape homeless people.
How do you know? How do you know?
Well, but I mean, he could maybe his brain got all fried from the synthetic weed. That shit'll fuck you up.
See, like Aaron Hernandez, he was a little gay before he was getting hit in the head. CTE just like mixed
CTE
up
just
in-
makes you more of who you actually are. No, I'm just-
I'm like, yeah, what?
Either way, Kellen Winslow Jr., that sucks. Great
Yeah.
segment. But Jake, do you want to get into your game?
First, before the game, I forgot to bring up last time, but did you guys listen to DK Metcalf's song?
No.
no.
Yeah, it's trash.
It's not good. It's not good. Like, I think us.
Most sports guys trying to rap are usually not good.
Le'Veon was pretty good.
Not really.
What's that, Dame Dollar?
Hmm?
He's all right.
The best one is probably Shaq.
But
Shaq had some hits.
yeah, I think if
Oh,
all
so dope.
four of us put some time in to write a verse and have the same beat, we might have a better verse than him.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, let's do
Do
it.
you want to do that? I'm down.
Sure. We'll get in the studio sometime. But all right, so yeah. Fun game of the week. Fun game, as I said, is top 3 touchdown celebrations. Bull, Hunter, Austin, me. Why don't you give us your number 3 there?
My number 3 is Jimmy Graham slam dunking the ball after a touchdown and almost ripping the entire goalpost out of the ground when he did it.
Really quite a stable of tailbacks.
Nick Saban's got another stable of tailbacks over there. Play action for Breeze.
Oh, look at that double move.
Deep ball, Graham down the sideline. Not going to get him. Touchdown, New Orleans. And Graham, much like Tony Gonzalez, with the stuff over the crossbar. Graham, for the 11th time this year, goes up. Twists the goalpost a little bit.
Have to get the level out.
Oh, no. And his 11th touchdown catch of the year. They're going to straighten that thing out before Hartley tries an extra point. We'll be back. Post-touchdown celebration for Jimmy Graham, up and over, and then pulls the goal. And they got to. This guy's the MVP right now. He's got to get out there with the longest level I've ever seen. Got to get that baby plumb. We've got the.
Yeah, didn't he bend it and they had to fix it?
Yeah, they had to stop the game and fix it.
Yeah. Jimmy Graham used to play basketball at the U.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up what the date of that was real quick. But I mean, think about it though. Jimmy Graham was a big guy. This is back when he played for New Orleans, so he was peak athleticism.
He was sick.
And the fact that you can rip a goalpost pretty much out of the ground, my God.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, they're playing at Atlanta.
We'll find it later.
What is your number 3?
My number 3?
Yeah.
My number 3 is a game that I was at in Cleveland. LeBron James had just made the decision to go to Miami, so Cleveland fans were a little butthurt at the time. Maurice Jones-Drew tumbles into the end zone and does LeBron James powder toss thing.
Gabbert, and he's doing it against the Cleveland defense that came in ranked number 1 in the league against the pass. As good as the motion man. Mojo into the end zone. Wow. Maurice Jones-Drew with a touchdown for Jacksonville.
And everybody in the stadium was like,
Oh, that is pretty disrespectful.
That's pretty cool.
yeah. So I like that one.
That's a good one. My number 3 would be the Bills were playing the Bengals back in the day when we had Fitz. And the Bengals had T.O. and Chad Johnson. They were calling each other Batman and Robin. Stevie Johnson catches a touchdown pass, lifts up the shirt, and it says, "Why so serious?" So he's basically calling himself the Joker.
Fitzpatrick fires. Oh, caught! Steve Johnson! Touchdown, Buffalo! What a play and what a move! 28 yards! Why so serious? And it's a great throw. You'll watch right there coming to the outside. And he puts the corner in a bind. The safety can't get out there, and he just squeaks into the end zone. They put the pressure on the defensive secondary once again, and the safeties just can't get to the sidelines. I kind of like it. Why so serious? Hey, you just have fun.
That's my number 3.
Nice.
For my number 3, I'm going to go with, and I brought this up a different episode, the Gronk point and laugh like Shao Kahn.
It's a fade right here. If he's one-on-one, are they going to go double? Tom's looking at the safety.
Got to go in again. Wide open. Gronk pulls it down for the 2. He's killing Davis. In the second half, he's just mauled this defense.
I don't see how you leave him singled up on that play.
It's pretty disrespectful. It's really a good one. just to you really just sunned that dude.
Big Gronk.
So am I up then?
Oh yeah,
For my
it's all you, Bull.
Cool. Okay, so my number 2 is a Lance Moore touchdown celebration when he legitimately copied like half of Key and Peele's Rhino hump celebration skip. He did that. It was a home game after a 44-yard touchdown pass from Drew Brees.
Did he copy it, or was this before that?
No, this was after that.
This was after it.
It was funny. Keegan Michael Key gave him a shout out.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, he really enjoyed that. He busted out the. I can't remember. They had a funny name for the guy in the skit who did it.
Hingle McCringleberry.
Hingle McCringleberry.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, man, he's...
see, now there's 2 pumps.
Yeah, he's really testing the boundaries, and he's clearly gotten the ref's attention here.
A third pump will draw a flag no matter what. See, he just did it again. What is that, the second?
Down the middle of the field, and that is a touchdown for Lance Moore.
The touchdown, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 84 of the scoring team for an illegal demonstration. That penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, H-Dog. On
So my
on the
number
clock.
2 is the classic Joe Horn gets the touchdown reception in the end zone, and then he goes over to the field goal post, and under the little padding, he has hidden a cell phone, and he picks it up, and he's like, "Hello, what's up? Yeah, I just scored a touchdown," and then runs away. And it's just really cool. He just added a prop, and I like that.
30-yard empty backfield. Brooks with time, rifles, touchdown, Saints. Joe Horn, and he pulls up the protective coating.
There's a new one.
He's got his own phone.
He hit his phone.
He had his phone stashed in the end zone.
All right, now remember, Terrell Owens, they passed the...
Back when cell phones were a little harder to come by, too, I bet.
Yeah.
You probably have
a status symbol.
So, for my number 2...
I think Michael Thomas copied that, but go on.
In the 2010 NFC Championship game, the Bears are trying to defeat the Packers and make a fourth-quarter comeback, but big fat B.J. Raji picks off a pass and returns it for a touchdown, and then he just kind of does like a hip wiggle, like showing off the muffin top, and then hits him with the discount double check, and really, it's really hilarious coming from a big fat hoss.
Under the direction of Caleb Haney. On 3rd down and 5, pressure, pass is picked off, and who is it? Big B.J. Raji for the touchdown. B.J. Raji, 338 pounds, stepped in front of that pass. What's he even doing in that position to make the interception?
Well, they run a zone blitz, and they drop B.J. Raji. He's dropping into coverage. Normally, that guy is just going to occupy some space, but B.J. Raji looked like he had been studying a little film.
B.J. Raji.
There he is, right in the middle. He starts up like he's on the rush, and then he drops underneath. Now, he doesn't just drop straight back. He drops out expecting the slant route. Look at him there. You know, when he lines up at fullback, and blocks down around the goal line, he says that the Bears had the fridge, I'm the freezer. Well, I don't know what he calls himself when he's doing things like that defensively.
You got to be careful with the football, and Caleb Haney knocked it out just after B.J. Raji had crossed the goal line, and now B.J. Raji puts on a little bit bigger belt than Aaron Rodgers typically puts on.
That's a big boy belt. He's not buying that one in the boys department.
And so there's Aaron Rodgers who leaps over on the sideline, and it's been a frustrating day with a quarterback rating in the 50s.
Yeah, that was one of the first Haas touchdowns I ever got to see like live on TV, and I was pretty happy to say the least.
Yeah, BJ was a monster.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. My number 2 is anytime a player just runs out of the stadium. That's like one of my favorite. They just score and then just take off and run into the locker room. It's like, I'm out. Like it's one of my favorite ones. They're like, and he's leaving the stadium. Because you can't really say much about that. It's just like, well, they're done. Like, all right, I'm scored. I'm out.
Primetime did that after he ran his 40-yard dash.
Yeah, ran straight into the limo.
Yeah.
Wow.
The limo took him to a chopper, which flew him to a private jet.
Reeves gives it to Kamara. He's got a huge opening. And he's able to get past the secondary and take off for his 3rd touchdown of the game.
We talked about him gliding earlier. It didn't even look like he was running hard, and he was running away from everybody. And he just left. He said, goodbye, I'm going back to New Orleans. See you next week.
All likelihood go home with a win. He's ready to go.
Great job by Pete and Hill on the block.
Right, it doesn't even look like
he doesn't even look like
another gear. You know, there's another one in reserve.
Remember we talked about the Dickerson thing where it looks like he just looks like he's normal speed, but it's like nobody ever can kind of catch up.
Bull, what is your number 1?
This is number 1.
Yeah.
Let me take you guys back to 2011. Okay.
Yeah.
There was a linebacker for the Giants. It was his rookie season, I believe. But this was his first ever touchdown. His name was Michael Boley. He caught the interception. He ran as fast as he could into the end zone with the ball. Then he proceeded to grab the ball, find the strings, warm up his shoulder, and then throw it as hard as he can into the camera guy's face about 5 yards away.
Oh.
And it was the funniest thing I've seen today.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was wild.
It's kind of fucked up.
His name is Michael Boley.
Well, I'm saying the camera guy is wearing blue. It looks like it's the camera guy.
And the fact that he had some big dick energy right there, had to pass it off to somebody.
Wow. That's BDE. So Bull's number 1 touchdown celebration of all time is Michael Boley. Just
almost murdering a man.
Yeah. All right.
It's not nice. I think that might make some dishonorable mentions. But
it's both of them.
Hunter, what's your numero uno here?
Well, if you guys know anything about me, it's that I'm a fan of a Christ-like pose. And T.O. is on the 49ers. And he scores in Dallas and immediately runs to the center of the field and gets on the star. But when he gets on the star to do the celly, this dude, I don't remember who it is, comes out of nowhere and like tries to check him. He kind of gets him a little bit, but then T.O. just gets back up and gets on the star. Everybody's fighting the guy who just tried to get T.O., and then T.O. just right on the middle of the star, and it was awesome.
Third and goal, Garcia, play fake, bootleg to the right, throws it in the end zone all alone. Terrell Owens, touchdown, San Francisco. And Owens draws more boos by standing in the middle of the blue star and looking heavenward and spreading his arms. A touchdown, Emmitt Smith. And boy, is he fired up. Look at him run. Look at him bring the football. Oh, he's going to do what Owens did. Right into the middle of the star, puts the football down and spikes it, and that got the crowd juiced. Blitz on from the 1. And they throw a fade right side of the end zone for Owens. He got both feet in. Touchdown catch over the shoulder. Here we go. They're going to have a big fight. There goes Owens. Puts it down. And George Teague levels it.
Here it goes.
And now Teague is aimed at by an offensive lineman. Flozell Adams pulls Teague away. And Owens is waved to the bench. And he stands in the middle of the star and holds the ball out. There are flags everywhere.
And let me tell you something, Brad.
That was also my number one.
Nice.
But the reason why he strikes that angelic pose is because in the 70s, Jerry Jones put like a skylight right above the star that was there to let God shine down on the cowboy star.
Wow.
So T.O. was paying homage to that. And the guy that fucked up T.O. was George Teague, who was like a safety who got pancaked by him on the previous drive and was really butthurt.
I'm so mad.
Well, that's pretty disrespectful. I can dig that.
Yeah.
My number one is the Stephon Diggs celebration, where he just throws his helmet in the crowd.
Yeah.
Just takes it all in, of everybody just like worshiping him at that point. And yeah, it was a pretty powerful moment, I gotta say. It was pretty fucking sick.
Keenum's going to try to work the ball on the boundary.
Keenum steps into it. Pass is caught. Diggs! Sideline! Touchdown! Unbelievable! Vikings win it!
See Marcus Williams here. He has a shot. I'm not sure really what he's thinking, Joe. He comes in, he's got him dialed in, and all he's got to do is make a play. And even if he catches it, you tackle him in bounds, the game is over. And I know Diggs, he's catching this, he's expecting somebody to hit him. And he turns around, heck, nobody's there. And he's off to the races, and it's pandemonium.
61 brilliant yards for Stephon Diggs. And Case Keenum has just taken the Minnesota Vikings to the NFC Championship game in a game.
The Minnesota Miracle.
Jake, angry. Is Stephon Diggs your favorite receiver in the league? Because it seems like he is.
I think after that play, probably, yeah. At least, like, yeah, I mean, he's up there. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really sat down and thought about it. Just because I saw that and I was like, wow, that really just made my wiener tingle.
I get that.
So yeah, that's my number one.
Nice.
Oh, is it? Do we go honorable mentions and dishonorable mentions?
Yeah, Bull, hit us with your honorable mention.
My honorable mention was back in the 90s for Atlanta. Now, the reason why it's an honorable mention and not on the list itself is because technically it didn't happen directly after a touchdown. But it happened after – it might have been the mid-2000s or early 2000s. But it was when the Atlanta head coach, the 70-some-year-old Atlanta head coach, went up and did the dirty bird after winning the NFC Championship game, going to the Super Bowl. It was pretty nuts. It was awesome.
Just an old man breaking it down?
Yeah.
What's your dishonorable mention, Bull?
My dishonorable mention? I don't really have one because I feel like there's nothing out of bounds for any kind of celebration. I'm okay if it takes 15 minutes and you have to have an entire team come out.
All right. Hunter.
All right.
With your honorable mention.
So my honorable mention is a college ball thing. It's when DK Metcalf did the pee thing, the dog pee. I think that's funny.
Yeah.
Love the dog pee. But dishonorable mention is anytime a player has like a breakaway shot to the end zone and they're sellying, and then they drop the ball like a half a yard before the end zone.
Like Deshaun Jackson did a couple times.
Yeah, no, it happened to him a few times, and then other
Alvin.
people have done. Yeah, other people have done it, but they're just so happy, and then they're in the end zone, but the ball isn't, and then they just drop it. And they're like, what? No touchdown.
Yeah.
That happened when I was up at Alfred. One of our corners picked the ball off and rested it on the 1 yard line and went in. It was
one of these.
No, he was doing one of these, and he just put it down and was like, "Oh yeah, here we go."
you get
And
for
then everyone
showboating?
just watched the guy pick it up and walking the other way.
So my number one was the TO thing, but I will also throw in my alternate, which would be the Jerome Simpson when he like is heading for the end zone and backflips over a guy, sticks the landing, and like
That's been a red zone promo for like 4 years.
yeah. I mean, that thing just like it was on the top 10 Sports Center plays for like the longest time. But my honorable mention would be Barry Sanders just being a very classy guy and just handing the ball to the ref.
I can appreciate
that. Really acting like he's been there before. And then my dishonorable mention would be when Aaron Hernandez scores touchdowns in the Super Bowl, cracks open the bank vault, pulls out the money, and then makes it rain all over the place.
Why is that dishonorable?
Just because Aaron Hernandez had probably murdered a couple people up to that point. And he's just making it rain in the Super Bowl.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. I have some alternate dishonorables if you'd like, but we gotta let Jake go here.
Yeah. I think one of the honorable mentions, is just classic Marshawn Lynch Skittles. You know, that's a pretty good pair. It's like peanut butter and jelly.
Just feeding the beast.
Yeah. Also, synchronized dances. I like when players have a little synchronized dance they do, because it's like I always like to think when I see that, I always think about the practicing of that. Like, hey, stay for like 10 minutes. Let's practice this little dance. That part of it makes it funny to me.
Yeah.
But my dishonorable mention, I was gonna say just handing the ball to the ref. Just because you're just handing the ball. It's like an anti-celebration.
I feel like that's alpha.
But it is pretty respectful. So, you know, kind of swayed my vote on that. But my real dishonorable mention is the bowling pins. Like when you take the ball and you bowl the players over, because that's just like the most unoriginal bullshit at this point.
Yeah.
But have an idea. Like, think it's creative.
I think Larry Fitzgerald's version of it was fantastic because it was like one of the few touchdown celebrations he's really done. He grabbed the ball and he went to roll it, and he put the ball behind his back and just rolled nothing. And they all just stood there like, you got to roll the ball, dog.
That's a good one. One that I would like to also give a shout out to is Randy Moss scoring a tutter and just mooning the crowd, like fake mooning them. And then on air, Chris Collinsworth is like, oh, and he moons the crowd, and he's like kind of liking it. And then I think it was Al Michaels or whoever Chris Collinsworth partner was like, absolutely disgusting display by Randy Moss. Like, Chris Collinsworth was laughing. The other guy was just not having it.
Yeah, I thought it was really funny.
So one more mention, the classic, the band is on the field. I think that was a hell of a good coaching move to throw the band on the field in the college game and lead him right to the end zone. That shit was wild. I don't know if you guys remember.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah. He ran somebody. That dude is a D1 athlete, and some kid with giant fat kid with a tuba was in his way. You think he's going to stop him? No.
Wow.
Well, I mean, that's what you get for playing the tuba.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a tuba, you at least bulk up and be ready to, absorb a hit.
Yeah. If you play the tuba, you should be also equivalent to a D1 athlete.
Yeah.
Use your talents in the tuba.
You should be power cleaning at least 375 if you're playing the tuba at a D1 program.
If you're not doing muscle ups to prepare for the tuba, then what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
The
But,
tuba's a hard instrument, dude. It's got a lot of weight thrown around there.
yeah, or like the piccolo, so you can be agile. Like, but
Fucking pickle.
but all right. Well, that was a fun game of the week.
Yeah.
Sure was. Now it's time. What's so funny, Bull?
No, it's just I haven't heard anything from you for like 5 minutes, and then I'll. Sure was. All right. Let's get into it.
Because it was.
That's fine. No, I just thought it was funny. Go ahead, continue, please, Hunter.
Let's hop into the sickest stash bracket.
Oh.
Why don't
Yeah,
we?
these are a little more evened out this time, so there's not like heavy hitters against heavy hitters, but we'll get in.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah, you don't want to weed out
by
the,
accident.
All right. So how I want to do this, I have a secret list of answers from our audience vote.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, fuck.
But, Bull, this first matchup between Cam Jordan and Artie Burns, who do you think wins?
Cam Jordan, are you serious? He looks like an 1860s villain.
Would you be disappointed in the fans if I told you Artie Burns won?
Yes, 100%.
100%.
Well, luckily you don't have to be disappointed because Cam Jordan won.
Yeah.
What were the numbers on that one, Hunter?
Cam Jordan had a higher percentage than Artie Burns.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I remember
Real,
100%.
Real contentious.
Yeah, so this one, the number 2 matchup, got a little interesting. We have Star Lutalele versus Joe Flacco. Bull, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this one.
I like Joe Flacco much better because I could see him hop into an 18-wheeler and fit right in. He could be smashing lot lizards at any point in time with that.
You don't think Star can drive truck?
I think Star could drive truck, but I think Joe Flacco's made to drive truck.
You don't think he can haul load?
I mean, Bull. I think I'd go with Broadway Joe here because that's just more of a real stash. Star is just he's just a face with a lot of hair surrounding it on all different ends, and also he's a bitch and opts out due to COVID concerns.
Jake, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Star Lutalele doesn't have he's not attempting to make a stash. He's just letting that shit grow. Whereas Joe Flacco is taking the time to make a stash. So I think just the work ethic into the stash.
Yeah,
I would pick Joe Flacco.
And the audience agrees with you guys. Joe Flacco is going through.
Sick.
Wouldn't it be pretty infuriating to have Joe Flacco sauce you up for a tutter back in the day with that sweet stash?
I saw a stat that said over like the past 20 years or something, Joe Flacco in the season where he won the Super Bowl had like the best downfield completion percentage of all time.
Oh yeah, he threw like so many touchdowns and no interceptions in that playoffs. Like he went off.
Well, it wasn't even just the playoffs; it was the season it was accounting for too.
Yeah, he was elite.
But
moving into number 3 here.
He's elite on the stash list, that's for sure. But yeah, number 3, Bull. We all know that you want Dante Fowler for this one, so I'll start with Jake. Jake, what do you think about this matchup?
I mean, clearly this is an Aaron Rodgers win. It does look like he
clearly
blacked
you
out.
have to argue with your brother on this one.
Like it looks like Aaron Rodgers is really wasted. Just how bloodshot his eyes are.
Look at the bags under his eyes. Like he looks like he hasn't slept.
Yeah, like he pulled an all-nighter just ripping booze and cocaine, and then took this picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even see the dude's lip. It's like a cartoon mustache.
Yeah.
He absolutely demolishes Dante in this matchup, in my opinion.
Borderline disrespect.
I don't know what the fans said, but
Austin, you're a Rodgers fan as well?
Yeah, I'm big into Rodgers here.
All right, well, Bull, I'm sorry we can't push your boy Dante through because the fans do agree that Aaron Rodgers has the sicker stash.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
And you can't really argue with the fans, Bull. So
Yeah.
if you try, you can shut the fuck up.
I tried to see fans one time, and I almost got shot.
Our fans are pretty diehard. They take these brackets seriously.
But okay, so fellas, this next one is a true bout of contention. So we're gonna need to do some deciphering on this one. Jake, what do you think about AJ Green and D Ford stashes?
I will say these both are very high character stashes.
Yeah, they're unique in their own ways.
Yes, they're not, and this is why I thought this was a fair matchup. I think I prefer AJ Green's mustache better because, again, like time was taken with that.
Yeah.
Whereas D Ford's mustache, which makes it interesting, is that scar, which is unintentional. But sometimes the unintentional things is what, like, you know, you can't intentionally give yourself a scar. I mean, you can, but like it's just not the same, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna pick AJ Green because it's so like if you zoom in, it's a very dense mustache, but it's just trimmed so small. It's like a little caterpillar. It's like a little like that the magnet pen where it pulled the little fuzzies all around the faces, like the old thing. You know that thing?
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah. Bull, you seem a little distracted. What do you think about these mustaches?
I'm talking with my research team here, and so I thought you guys were going to get a better picture of AJ Green from last week, but from this picture of AJ Green, like, can you even count that as a mustache? It looks like there's 4 hairs on his face, on his upper lip.
Look how pristine it is. Like, he probably had to trim that thing with an X-Acto knife.
Doesn't matter. Cut off all his mustache. It doesn't matter.
By the National Beard Championship rules, this is a mustache because it does not extend 1.3 centimeters past the edge of the lip.
Yeah.
Austin, thoughts?
My favorite thing to think about when I look at these pictures is that AJ Green sat down at some nice barber shop and was like, "Give me that little sweet mustache,
the little baby stash."
Yeah.
I want that little tiny baby.
So they like really took their time on that. D Ford looks like he probably shaved that himself.
Yeah.
He probably definitely just laid that one down himself.
So if you go off of the professional mustache competition rules, neither of these guys would be able to enter because they both have chin hair.
It doesn't connect though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you need to be clean shaven except for the mustache.
Yeah, for mustaches, I'm pretty sure that's right.
This is the NFL though, Bull.
Yeah, this is
the BFF, not the World Mustache
So
Competition.
just a second ago, it was fine to bring in those rules. Now it's not.
But, Bull, this, like I said, was contentious. The fan vote is split 50-50. Right down the gosh darn middle.
Those fans, man.
Yeah, them fans. Them darn fans. So, Bull, your vote is for D Ford?
My vote is for D Ford. Matt's vote is for D Ford.
Well, it doesn't count.
Unless he was a fan vote.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a fan vote.
Oh, okay.
My vote is for Adriel Jeremiah.
And Jake?
Yeah, I'm going to go AJ Green.
I'm going to split the difference here and give it to Mr. Green. That's a fun little tiny stash.
Good job, baby stash.
All right. Oof.
Right.
This one's a fun one.
Yeah.
Matchup 5, we got our boy Cash Malulia, a.k.a. Cash Moolah, against Adam Thielen, who, I'm just going to say it right now, I think Adam Thielen has the better beard when he grows it. But if we're talking about stashes, my vote's for Cash's, baby.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to hear what the fans say on this one, but I'm all in on Cash's stash, dude. The Cash stash is so clean, and he looks like he owns like some kind of nightclub or something on the side.
Yeah.
I could definitely see him with some gold chains, maybe.
You know he's
Has
not
a
opting
gold
out
chain
of this.
on in that picture. Like, I gotta say, I like his look overall for sure, and he's getting my vote for the stash too.
I hope that Cash Moolah only wears tracksuits outside of football.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you he does.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, it's a full stash, but also you gotta understand. So pretty standard look on Adam Thielen's stash where it goes like it's here and it kind of comes up to a point to the nose, whereas Cash Moolah's goes like down. It's like hump. So it's like it's.
I would like to point out that Cash might be the guy who steps up and takes over for Donta Hightower. So this might be some of that Bill Belichick masterminding right now.
Power.
Bull.
Yes.
What do you and your team of 3 cronies think about this one?
4 cronies now. I think it's
there are 4 people in my kitchen right now. Besides you.
Now 2, including me too.
Where'd the other guy go?
Huffy and Case are both in the living room.
You're a real fuck, Bull. What do you think about this?
I didn't do anything.
Bull, who's your vote for, huh? Cash or Adam, huh?
Cash.
All right, so that's easy.
The fans agree. Cash is going through.
Yeah.
This is a real battle of the Goliaths.
Yeah, it sucks that our buddy doesn't go any further.
Yeah, it sucks that Myles Garrett doesn't get to make it through here.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say Myles Garrett has the stash. My vote is definitely Myles Garrett.
Oh, well, we'll have to see what the fans said about it.
Yeah, Bull, are you also disappointed that Myles Garrett isn't going to be able to make it through this round?
No, I prefer DJ Fluke.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You think DJ Fluker's stash is better?
100%. See, DJ Fluke's stash is much more varied in its thinness, and that takes skill.
DJ Fluker's just a beautiful man in general. So I would like to just say, like, don't let all of that distract you from the stash.
DJ Fluker looks like Jermaine Clement, if you guys know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
But, yeah, Myles Garrett's going through, guys.
Yeah, and these guys will be facing off in the trenches this year as division rivals.
Yeah.
I'm real excited to see DJ Fluker this year.
I will say I like that deep split on Myles Garrett's mustache.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just one, solid thing. Like there's some detail in there,
I like how fluffy Myles Garrett's mustache is.
Yeah, it does seem like it's.
I wonder what he's looking at in that picture because he looks pretty distracted. He looks like he got caught off guard.
Maybe you saw like a spaceship or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this next one's kind of crazy. Bull, what do you think about Taylor Lewan versus Max Garcia?
Well, here's a good showdown between 2 dudes who have completely different theories on stashes.
Yeah, these are different stashes.
Yeah, one hangs up like over the top lip, while the other is clean cut around it, and that just becomes a personal preference. Do you like to see like no upper lip, or do you like to see a nice picture framed upper lip? I prefer the over lip, so I'm going to go with Taylor.
Okay. Jake, what do you think?
I think I'm going to agree. Taylor Lewan has a pretty sweet stash, but also I like some variety in the bracket, and this seems like the only like blonde stash besides maybe like Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Okay.
But yeah, good stash.
Austin, thoughts?
Max Garcia looks like a poor man's Reggie Watts. So
okay.
I'm gonna go with Taylor Lewan because he does have. You can see that it has the makings of a more refined mustache.
It does, but fellas, Max Garcia's is just thick and greasy, and it has the Cheech and Chong vibes that I talked about last week, and
he definitely looks like he smacks a bong hit or two before he takes the field.
But guys, I don't know what to do about this. The fans.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
The fans think it's Max Garcia on this.
That's because the fans are wrong. The fans are wrong. All right, we've already did this big nasty bracket.
You do not call out the fans on this podcast.
Fuck you up.
So what do we do here, guys? Do we veto the fans, or do we?
Right now, it's 3-1, and the fans side with the 1.
So yeah, it's 3-2, my opinion.
I mean, I don't know.
Or do the fans count as 2?
Well, here's what we'll do. Ask Huffy, and Huffy will be the final decider.
Yeah.
All right. So who was the who'd you go with, Huff?
Taylor.
You went with Taylor?
Yeah.
Casey, who's
It
got
looks
the
so
best stash?
greasy. I have to.
It's got the little curly Q starting at the end.
Casey's just a sheep. He's just saying what Huffy said.
I can appreciate
Whoa.
it.
Probably wears a mask.
All
Gotta
right.
go with the fans on this one.
Taylor Lewan's going through.
How much is a log?
This one is this next one is
They're 5 in these?
I think a visually impaired person could vote this one correctly.
Yeah. I mean, if you just felt the stash with your hand, if you were blind, you could probably tell which one's better.
So are you guys saying that this one's a Henny?
Oh,
This one's a real Chad.
I think
What do you think, Bull?
Henny might have the best stash so far.
Wow.
Lame.
Bull, what do you think about the next matchup, though? It's less of
Garner?
an easy one.
See, I disagree with that 100%. I think Gardner Minshew walks away with it.
Wow. Is it because of the cultural phenomenon behind his stash, or is it
I think
is it a racial thing? What's going on here?
Make a move. If your stash is good enough to make a movement, then it's good enough to be Leonard Williams paper stash.
Yeah. And
The rumor has it Gardner Minshew actually has mustache plugs. Those are butt hairs on his face.
No.
That's not true. That's slander. I want you to edit that out, Jake.
Wow.
I don't like that at all.
Because I start the rumor in the moment doesn't mean that rumor doesn't have it.
I think you should edit that out. But the fans agree. Gardner's going through.
Gardner. That sucks for Leonard because Leonard does have a nice one there.
It's all right.
It's very wide.
Borderline connecting, though.
Very
So.
thin.
Yeah.
This next one, also highly contentious.
Really tough.
It's not 50-50, but it's contentious.
How is it
Bull, between these two guys, what do you think?
Malik Jackson, by far, dude. He has a Tempur-Pedic on his fucking upper
By
lip.
far? Because I think they look kind of similar.
No. Maybe it's just a picture then, but it looks like Malik Jackson's is much bouncier.
We're looking at the same picture.
Malik Jackson via Vea?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with Bull. I think it does look spongier, and that's why, to me, I think Malik Jackson does win this.
It looks like sponge candy.
It's like felt. Like it literally is like somebody cut black felt and put it on his face.
Yeah. Well, this one, guys, it was 49-51. Malik Jackson.
So good, we win.
All right. It was a close one.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So, welcome to the next round, Malik Jackson.
Good job, Malik.
We don't need to talk about this one. Savion Smith was kind of in here as a placeholder.
Yeah.
He doesn't beat Fitzmagic. Look at that thing.
Yeah. Fitzmagic's automatically through. What did the fans say on that one? Is it a landslide?
Yeah, super landslide.
100%?
Yeah, almost. It was 97.6.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, that 2.4 needs to go get that reject.
Someone was just trolling.
We did that promotion, and now that we have like 123,000 Instagram followers, the percentages get a little weird.
Yeah.
But John Johnson, Jason Witten.
What?
What do you think?
John Johnson, I think, has a much more professionally done mustache, but Jason Witten also looks like the dad of like
everybody else on the team.
Yeah, he's been a mechanic for 30 years, and he's just sitting in his back cracking open a natty light.
And he definitely has some like grown man strength to him.
Yeah,
I think all of the hair on Jason Witten's forehead and head migrated to his upper lip.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
I do like Jason more.
I would personally go with Jason on this one, I think.
Yeah.
And that's just, that's just from a thickness and a fullness standpoint.
Jake, what do you think here?
See, this was a quick vote for me for John Johnson. I like his stash much more, again, because there was time taken on it and debatably money spent on it. Like, that is a straight line stash.
Yeah.
Little tiny split down the middle, comes to a point. It's well trimmed.
Jake appreciates the finer things like his ring and his magnetic fields. So
Bull, you look like you wanted to say something?
Yeah, no. So that's my exact point. Is John Johnson had to put time and possibly money into making a stash look that good. Jason Witten just grows that.
Yeah.
That's just him. That's his genetics.
That's just a man stash.
Yeah.
So
he could definitely be in a Wranglers commercial, and I'd have no problem with it.
So it's now 50-50 because I am also on the John Johnson train.
Wow.
But the fans were not 50-50 on this one. And it seems like the fans also have an eye for that precise detail. They like the trimmings. They like the panache, if you will. Because John Johnson is moving through.
That's sad. Well, what do you have to say to the fans on that one?
Fucking rip Jason Witten, dude. Like, man. You know, I do recall, I think it was episode 3 when you guys first talked about the big nasty bracket and how sometimes fans, they just don't know what they need. And I feel like this is one of those situations again.
Wow.
On to the next one, Bull. Quentin Nelson facing off against Paxton Lynch.
Yeah, who's a Steeler now. So what do you think about that, Bull?
Quentin Nelson, because I could see you put him on a Harley and he's made for gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I think we can skip this one. Paxton Lynch was kind of on here as a joke. I think it's Big Q.
Quentin's got those, that pancake and stash that I'm going to toss you around, do whatever I want with you.
He's got like mutton chops on his lips.
Yeah.
He also has the very meaty, doughy face. Not the meaty, doughy face that makes you non-threatening, the meaty, doughy face that makes you very threatening.
Keep in mind that guy's like a year or 2 younger than us.
Yeah.
Really? Paxton Lynch?
Yeah. No, Quentin Nelson.
No.
Once he gets some age on him, I think he's gonna have even nastier facial hair.
Probably.
Yeah, I just think the handlebar is such a power move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, KJ Wright versus Kendall Fuller. Fans were a little split on this one. Jake, what do you think?
Kendall Fuller, easy. Again, because it's the fullness that's like felt. Like it's so dense. Like there's probably like a sponginess to it. And plus like his hair is cooler, so I think that might be kind of swaying my vote.
Yeah.
Okay. Austin, don't get swayed by the hair like Jake.
Yeah, no, I think it's a little sus how Jake is describing that.
Yeah.
With KJ Wright, I think it's just it kind of looks like some kind of symbol out of Star Wars for some kind of faction. And I just like how he just looks like he's ready to crunch some people with that stash right there.
So your vote is for KJ.
I'm all aboard the KJ train here.
Wow.
The KJ Express. Interesting. So, Bull, what are your thoughts here?
I'm also on the KJ train because I think Kendall Fuller benefits greatly from his head hair and his beard hair. And I think if you just go along stash, KJ Wright has a more commanding upper lip.
So I completely disagree with that because if you took all of the hair off of each of these men besides the mustache, I think Kendall Fuller would be left with the more impressive stash.
I don't think so.
The only reason I think Kendall Fuller gets knocked is because it does connect to the beard.
Yeah, I can agree with that actually.
And I don't know if you guys even want to know what the fans said.
No, go ahead, tell us.
Like 100%?
Tell us.
It wasn't 100%. It was a close one, but we might have to overturn it because it's a little divisive. The fans want Kendall Fuller, guys.
What?
What's the percentage on there, Hunter?
45-55. It was close.
Yeah, I mean, I say we stick with it.
Stick with it.
Give the fans what they want, dude.
Yeah.
And speaking of fans, I'm a big fan of these two fellas up next.
Yeah.
We got Danny Amendola
Mm-hmm.
versus Vonathan Miller.
Full name Vonathan.
And anytime that I see a picture and it just makes me giggle like this, I'm immediately drawn to what's going on there. And I think Von Miller's the guy who's taking the cake here.
Okay.
Stache is pretty funny.
It is funny, but I just want to say, like, Danny Amendola's, not only is it extremely precise, that thing looks like it was shaved with a laser onto his face.
He looks very stoic.
Yes. And it's also, not only is it precise, but it also has like a nice thickness to it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty mustache.
Yeah, Bull, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I definitely – Danny Amendola by far has a professional mustache. Von Miller just looks really goofy.
But imagine Von Miller hitting you in the trenches and just like doing some spin moves and stuff with that mustache, and you're just laughing.
That's my point. If he were to tackle me in the backfield and I look up and I see Von Miller, I'm going to laugh. If I see Danny Amendola catch a pass for a touchdown, I look at him like, not only is he a good receiver, he also has very nice facial hair.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one. Like, if I get dicked on by Danny Amendola and I see his mustache, I'd probably just be like, yeah, that makes sense. He's supposed to dick on me like that.
A fun fact I'd like to say is that I think you could put a cowboy hat on either of them and the mustache would fit.
Yeah. Danny Amendola kind of looks like Jurassic Park. What's that guy's name? The guy who tames the raptors? Chris
The
Pratt.
doctor?
Oh, Chris Pratt, kind of.
Yeah.
But
Kind of got a Chris Pratt taming the raptor look.
so I'm a little confused. Are all of you guys voting for Von Miller?
No, I'm voting for Danny Amendola.
Jake, who are you voting for?
Danny Amendola.
And Austin, you're voting for Von Miller.
Yeah, I'm the devil's advocate here.
See, I like how silly Von Miller's is, but I'm like kind of infatuated with Danny Amendola's for some reason.
It's just because he's attractive.
Maybe. But Austin, what would you say if I told you that this was the only other one that was split down the middle 50-50?
I mean, I'd believe you. I'd believe you right here.
I'm a truth teller. Everybody knows that. So here it's 3-1, and the fans have it 50-50, so I think we have to push Danny through.
Good for Danny.
Yeah, good for him.
I'm sorry, but it has to happen. And the last one of the day, we get to end on a fun one, a fun, easy one. Cash Moolah is clearly the dark horse, but Will Fuller is something else on this list.
Yeah. This one's a real slam dunk.
Yeah. Look at that thing. You want to talk about caterpillars. That's like two woolly bears.
I've never really seen such a combination of facial hair and head hair.
Yeah.
But it's just so interesting and so thick.
Got big eyebrows too. Dude just has good hair.
Yeah.
And Robbie Anderson, it's cool. It's nice and small, but I just can't get behind like the Insane Clown Posse Coolio hairstyle.
Robbie Anderson looks like the guy from Scary Movie 3.
Which one?
What's his name? Marlon Wayans?
Oh, he's in all the Scary movies?
Are you talking about the dude who gets rolled up like a joint by the tree?
Yeah.
That's Scary Movie 2.
That's who Robbie Anderson looks like.
I could kind of see it, I guess. But yeah, that's it. So we made it through round one, and we found out that Robbie Anderson looks like Coolio, the Insane Clown Posse, and
Shorty.
Marlon Wayans.
Shorty.
Yes.
From
But, Bull, as always, thanks for coming on. I think we've had you on like every 5 or something like that. So,
well, it was what, 3, 10, and now this.
Yeah, so we'll have to see you for 20.
Yeah, I mean.
So, are you guys still doing your hot takes?
Oh, yeah, no, we keep forgetting about that until you bring.
Oh.
I'll send him another invite.
Well, Austin just dipped. He said, "My job is done. I am out."
No, there's no way. That was an accident of some sort.
Let's throw the transition up and get Austin back on here.
Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. We're gonna have you on for 20.
Wait.
See you next time.
Bye-bye, everybody.